Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of September 12th. If we haven't met, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If that sounds interesting, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot de Marseille with Dangling Jade, the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Obsidian, and the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Red Jasper. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. You might have a combination. And of course, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are right below in the description. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. As is customary, I'm going to throw all 5 cards down. I'm going to pause the recording, and then I'll let you know what I came up with. Oh, wow. Well, I'm getting a sense of group dynamics. It's very, like, the fact that, like, everything except for the 8 of Cups in the middle of your cross is depicting a human. Is very interesting, and it's leaping out to me. So this should be well framed for you. Awesome. I'll see you in a second. All right, group 1, you are being invited to put your heart into the things that you will have to do this week. What is leaping out at me, and this may or may not have to do with the group dynamics that I mentioned before. I do stand by that comment, but the thing that is really leaping out at me is that these 3 dudes are facing this way, whereas the King of Cups at the bottom of your deck is looking the opposite way. And with the 8 of Cups in the middle of your cross, it's giving me the impression that it's really up to whatever this King of Cups represents for you. Like, it is possible that these are 4 aspects of yourself, but it's difficult for me to know. But if these are all aspects of yourself, or a mix of some other person and you, or whatever the fuck, I don't think that dissecting that particular part of this reading is very relevant. So it might be you who's being invited to get fully on board and to really put your heart and soul into whatever the challenges that this week brings. Or it could be for you to do your best to persuade the person who's, for lack of a better term, feeling unmotivated. I was going to say something less nice. So yeah, my initial comment of you're being invited to put your heart into it, it rested on the assumption that you're this King of Cups, but it is possible that you are not. Like, no matter who else, no matter which card represents who, one thing is for sure, I think that someone, and this is a person of influence represented by the King here, is going to... it would be really beneficial to get this person on board. And if that person is you, then, you know, I said what I said. I think that the theme of change and making a disruption to the usual way of doing things is subtextually referred to by the 5 of Wands at the bottom of your deck here. So yeah, it is like... If this is a group dynamics thing, like I said initially, as I was flipping the cards over, I would prioritize making sure that everyone is on the same page, or at least isn't disconnected enough to where they're kind of dead weight in whatever group endeavor that you're trying to do. And if these are all like different aspects of yourself, it's really important to make sure that your heart is into it, because there's an opportunity for advancement here. And ultimately, you're all in this together. Whether you're all in this together means many people in a group or all the different aspects of yourself, you really have to make sure that that everyone is on the same page. All right. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please give this video a like. It would really help me out. But regardless of that, I will invite you to use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. All right, group 2. Oop, I almost dropped the deck, but it didn't happen. So, like I was trying to tell you, the 4 of Cups flipped over while I was shuffling for you. That might mean something, it might not. We shall see what the week ahead holds. And, well, these are good cards to have. Okay. These are 2 threes, which is the 2 things that are leaping out right now are that these are 2 threes and that they both have yellow backgrounds. So despite the fact that this card is reversed, there's still an optimistic vibe throughout. And we have more yellow backgrounds. Is the middle card a yellow background? No, it's not. Okay, so I kind of threw down all 5 cards at the same time here, but the yellow background thing is really interesting. This is looking like a good reading. Give me a second here to see. Group 2, based on these cards, I'm seeing that you're really on the verge of creating something great and opening up a new path for yourself. And this is not the time to take your foot off the gas and have second doubts. I'm not sure the aspect specifically in which this 2 of coins is in reverse is playing into this reading, but there is a sense of finding difficulty or having difficulty finding the balance. It is possible that you're taking on too much, in which case I would focus on the one that seems to be closer to bringing to completion. Because this is a weekly reading, and again, with the Empress and the Magician here, both in the upright position, this is looking really good for whatever it is that you're working towards. And yeah, don't let up. This is not a good time to take your foot off the gas and to take on other things. It might be possible that you're being distracted by whatever shiny thing might be luring you away from the thing that you're metaphorically trying to give birth to. Yeah, but like, again, especially with all the yellow background surrounding the card of the grinding card, it's really, I can sense that you're on the cusp of something great. So I would invite you to focus and to really make sure that you don't let up. I've looped several times during this reading, so I think I will leave it at that. So if this reading resonated with you, please give this video a like, and besides that, I will see you at the Oracle card reading. You will find the timestamps below. All right, group 3, let's see what we have for you for this week. Oh, interesting. Whoops. All right. 8 of Swords and the 2 of Swords in reverse. There are a lot of different ways these 2 cards can be interacting. It's too early for me to tell. Yeah, let's just continue with the reading here. Based on this, it's almost as if whatever it is that you've been pondering and considering, it's almost as if you figured out a way to finally give your heart what it wants. That may or may not be what is happening. I have the feeling that the middle card and the bottom of the deck are going to be really important here. So all right, don't panic, group 3. Give me a second here. Group 3, I think that you're overthinking a situation, and that is what is playing against you, or at least there is a danger of that playing against you this week. I'm getting this by the fact that both of the Cups cards, the emotional suit of Cups, are in reverse. And despite the fact that these 2 cards are upright, and it's the, how can I say this? It's like your heart knows what it wants and you're not listening to it, which I'm getting from the Knight of Cups reverse here. And it's almost as if you are trying to figure out another way to go about what it is that you're trying to go about, and as a result of trying to fit the round peg in the square hole, that's what's causing some kind of analysis paralysis. What I would invite you to consider for this week, Group 3, is to let go of your need to control every last detail of the situation, and to also the lens that could be more useful for you to at least find a place where you're not thinking about the details of a situation so much that you're not moving forward, is to come from a place of service. Try to ask yourself, like, how can I be of the most service to the situation or the people around me or the project that I'm working on or whatever it is. But I think that for you, that will be the main challenge because, again, I really like the Seven of Swords. I talk about it all the time, how I feel like it gets a bad rap. And that's what, and especially the fact that it's upright was giving me, well, it's oversimplistic to think of this reading in terms of good or bad, but I'm going to go there anyway. Please take this next little bit with a grain of salt here. But yeah, I was letting my how much I like the Seven of Swords and the fact that it's upright, like, give me a more positive bias to this reading than might be warranted. I would, like, it's okay to think of ways to come up with alternative strategies to get to what you want, but I think that there's something inside you that wants something. And as a result of thinking of the details of whatever it is you're trying to do, it is, you're not as able to hear what it has to say and what it's trying to offer you, and that's what's in your way right now. So I would invite you to, instead of trying to sneak your way into whatever it is that you want to accomplish, to really look at it from a place of service and say, like, how can I contribute in a positive way to this situation? How can I make the world a little bit better right now? I think that will be the key question for you to focus on for this week, Group 3. So I think that is it for this reading. If it resonated or if you found it helpful, it would really help me a lot if you gave this video a thumbs up. It's fine if you don't, but the Oracle card readings are coming up right now, like literally right now. I just want to say there's a little change of format with how I do these. Instead of naming the Oracle card, the deck that I'm using each time, I'm just going to leave my Oracle collection in the description below. I now have 10 different Oracle decks. This is number 10, which arrived earlier this week, which I'm eager to start with. Well, I will name this one. It's the Wisdom of the Oracle. That is the name of this deck. So anyway, Group A, your card is Mending. So I think the message of this card is to really focus on, it could be like literal healing. It could be anything that requires fixing. I think that the lens for you to focus on for this week is really like, how is this making things better? And how can I make things better? That is the main message that I'm getting for you. And it's funny how this plays in all three readings that I gave. I will leave that sentence hanging as it is. Group B, your card is the 9th house of exploration. This is very interesting. I'm taking this card as an invitation to figure out new ways of doing things, or at least broaden your horizons. So this is a week for you to experiment with different things, to try things. Like if there's something that you've been considering, oh, this is a good one. If there's something you've been considering doing and during the tarot reading for you, it reminded you of that thing for any reason, this is absolutely a green light to actually try that thing and to try to take steps towards doing that this week, if it's not straight out doing it. So yeah, Group C, your card is the Cauldron. I pulled this card recently. This is I Ching hexagram number 50. And the keywords are inner alchemy, mastery, spiritual renewal, consecrate, contain, rejuvenation, discerning wisdom. Here's the thing. It's all about focusing on how you can harmonize the inner elements of yourself. The theme of spiritual renewal is coming out strong for me, given the given the 3 tarot readings that I gave. Technically, I'm giving the 3rd oracle. Anyway, yeah. It's funny too, because I'm getting very similar vibes to the Mending card here, and let me reread this. Discerning wisdom, mastery, and spiritual renewal are the main things that that are jumping out to me as being relevant given the tarot readings that I gave. So for you, Group C, I would focus on really making sure that you're spiritually aligned with what you're doing, and to keep that at the forefront for this week. That would be a good thing to concentrate on. Group D, your card is Gaia. Interesting. Let me read the text below the card. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. So this is a, given the text that's under and the tarot readings that I gave, I think that you are being invited to focus on community, focus on your relationships, and to make sure that you're on the same page with the people around you. There's one particular reading that should feel called out right now, but in a more broader sense, to just make sure that you're checking in with the people around you. This could be like the mere act of checking in on the people around you from a place of love and service and all that great stuff. I anticipate that might open up some interesting opportunities for you for this week, Group D. So on that note, that is it for this week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would help me out a lot. You can definitely leave your comments below to let me know what you think. And I thank you again for watching, and I will see you soon.